Hey everybody, Weston here with the Hidden Gibbon, and today back with another deck tech video. Today we're going to be doing another Final Fantasy deck. But before I get right into it, just a reminder, if you'd like to pick a commander for me to build a deck and do a deck tech around, I will have the Google form link in both the description and a pinned comment. And if you'd like to play a game with myself and my friends, there's also a Google form for that. Just fill it out and we'll get that scheduled with you. But without further ado, let's get straight into it. So the name of this deck is They Will Pay for Our Sin, and it is going to be a bracket 2 deck. We got no game changers, we got no tutors, and our commander today is Sin, Unending Cataclysm. This is a Final Fantasy character that I actually know of because I played Final Fantasy X when it came with my PS2 when I was a kid. I know I'm an ancient one having a PS2. I also had a PS1. But Sin, Unending Cataclysm, is a 5/5/4/7. This is a casual commander deck. 7 is a lot. You're not going to be playing in high brackets with this. It has flying. It has trample, and as Sin enters, remove all counters from any number of artifacts, creatures, and enchantments. Sin enters with X11 counters on it, where X is twice the number of counters removed this way. Then, when Sin dies, put its counters on target creature you control, then shuffle this card into its owner's library. So this doesn't just work for your counters, the counters you have, but it also works for the counters that your opponents have. For example, Mitch plays Crush. He gets lots of things on Crush. I play this, I steal all the counters from Crush, and then he probably kills my Sin, and then his Crush gets enormous. But yeah, so we have one Planeswalker here. We have Nissa, who shakes the world. She makes your forest tap for double, or one additional green, and has the +1 of put 3/1/1 counters on a non-creature land you control. Untap it. It becomes a 0/0, and creature with vigilance and haste. That's still a land, and an emblem of search up all of your forests. For creatures, we're running 27. The main theme of this deck is going to be counters and proliferate on our end, with the added bonus of getting counters off of our opponent's stuff if they're running them. So we have Arwen, Weaver of Hope, which is each other creature you control enters the battlefield with a number of additional 1/1 counters equal to her toughness. So if you can pump her up, say with Bristly Bill here, it's just going to get exponentially larger, which will allow all of your creatures to come in with more. We have Deep Glow Skate. When this creature enters, double any number of counters on any number of target permanents. That's good for your Planeswalker, good for your Sin and your other things. We have Evolution Sage, which proliferates on landfall. Dusk Shell Crawler. When it enters, put a 1/1 counter on target creature, and each creature you control with a 1/1 counter has trample. It's a nice little bug. Fathom Mage, it has Evolve, and whenever a 1/1 counter is put on Fathom Mage, draw a card. We have Hydroid Crassus. I love this card in Arena. Incubation Druid is a mana dork that, with a 1/1 counter on it, gets to tap for 3. Gyre Sage gets to add green for each 1/1 counter on it. Herald of the Seas, creatures you control with 1/1 counters on them can't be blocked. Kami of the Whispered Hopes, if one 1/1 counter would be put on a permanent you control, that many +1 are put on, and then it adds mana, where X is the power of Kami of Whispered Hopes. We have Kodama of the West Tree. Modified creatures you control have trample, and when it deals combat damage to a player, you search for a basic land card, put into play tapped. We have Lulu from the Final Fantasy set, who also is in Final Fantasy X. And whenever an opponent attacks you, choose target creature attacking you, put a stun counter on it, and then you can proliferate. We have Maester Seymour. I believe this is also a Final Fantasy X character, if I recall correctly. He ends up turning evil, if I remember. He's a 1/3 for 3, and at the beginning of combat on your turn, put a number of 1/1 counters equal to his power on another target creature you control, and he's got Monstrous. We have some Hydras in here, which Hydras, as we all know, revolve around counters. I do have a Seb Sunan, Luxa Embodied, the frog god, if you will, which has Reach, Trample, Indestructible. It can't attack unless it has an even number of counters on it. 0 is apparently even. And at the beginning of your first main phase, put a 1/1 counter on it. Then, if it has an odd number of counters, draw 2 cards. We have Tekethal to double our proliferates. We have the Watcher in the Water, which stuns things. We have Thrumming Bird. We have Trummel, Seymour's Butler. So each other non-token creature you control enters with a 1/1 counter. Varel, Vorinclex, Warden of the Grove, and then Zimone. For sorceries, we've got mostly ramp in here, right? We've got Open the Way, Tempt with Discovery, Cultivate, and Farseek. But we also have Last March of the Ents, so we can draw a ton of cards, right? Maybe you can get your Sin really enormous, and then Last March of the Ents. Rishkar's Expertise. For our instance, we have Entish Restoration, which is a ramp spell. We have Snakeskin Veil and Tameo Safekeeping, and Mutational Advantage to give protection to your creatures, right? Mostly your Sin. And then for artifacts, we have Conjurer's Closet. You can blink Sin. You can blink some of your other creatures that enter with counters on them. We have Contagion Engine, Ozolith the Shattered Spire, Replicating Ring, Simic Signet, Soul Ring, Swiftfoot Boots, Sword of Truth and Justice. I don't know what it is about this card, but every time I see the Sword of Truth and Justice, I always just want to say Truth, Justice in the American way. The Earth Crystal, the Great Henge, and the Ozolith. For enchantments, we're running Doubling Season, Branching Evolution, Omen Path Journey for a little bit more ramp. Hardened Scales, we've got a new Edge of Eternities card in here, Terra Symbiosis, which is whenever you put a one or more 1/1 counters on a creature you control, you may draw that many cards. You could draw a lot with your Sin. We've got another one with Loading Zone. If one or more counters were put on a creature, spacecraft, or planet control, put twice that many on. We've got Hydra's Growth, Inexorable Tide to make more proliferate, and Tribute to the World Tree. We are running 38 lands in our deck. We have a Dark Depths. So play your Dark Depths, play your Sin, take all of the counters off of Dark Depths, and you got yourself a 2020 Avatar creature. We can Vesuva our Dark Depths. I should put a Thespian Stage. That's what I'm missing in here. I couldn't remember what it was. We are running Avendo Waking Haven. Trying that out from Edge of Eternities. We have a Boseiju Command Tower, but otherwise a pretty standard Simic package and Karn's Bastion, so that way we can proliferate. Well, guys, as you can see, pretty straightforward counters green deck. It's not a super landfally deck. It's revolving around counters. It should be a pretty fun, casual Bracket 2 deck. If Sin didn't cost 7, you might even have been able to try it in Bracket 3, but I would stick to Bracket 2 unless you're finding that it's too strong. Let me know what you think of this deck. Let me know what you would add, what you would take out, and if there are any other Final Fantasy commanders that you'd like to see me build a deck around. Well, everybody, I thank you very much for watching, and I will see you all in the next Deck Tech video.